All right, so we got a speed clean here, and I'm doing the bearing job on it, the seal. And by the way, guys, when you're working on these machines, you pull them out of the cabinet. You see guys fighting with that thing in there. Don't do that. The official way, you have screws along the edge. You pull the whole cavity out, and then you can deal with this. When you're done, you slide it back in. Piece of cake. I show you how to take the springs off, all that stuff. But today we're dealing with some corrosion issue that we're having. Now, these are great machines, but they do take a beating. I'm gonna be cleaning out the drum, your seal along here while you're there. This stuff is great. It's called Seal. Excellent stuff. And we're gonna use some along here, especially where the rust has taken a hold of it, and pretty much just saturate it pretty good down in there. And once it's dried, it turns into basically black, like a black finish. So it literally converts the rust into paintable metal. So anywhere that is, this is going to be covered anyways, so it doesn't even matter. But anywhere that needs it, you can always do it. And this stuff wipes off when you're done. Or if you want, you can also paint this. Doesn't matter. Nobody's going to see it. But the rust will just continue. And it's just going to basically, rot your machine out. Now, once all this is dried and you're ready to paint it, or if you're just going to leave it like that, you can coat this either with WD-40, or you can pack this, put a nice bead of grease around it, and that will repel the water. Or if you put the bead thick enough there, it's going to stop the water from actually penetrating between the metals and do more damage. So that's the tip for this. And this stuff, you can just let it seep all along the edge. All it can do is coat. And any parts that are worn out, we do have a spring that is damaged, so we're going to be replacing that as well. Anything drips over, doesn't matter. This stuff, when it dries, you'll see it. It dries in a nice, beautiful black finish. Yeah, this thing was getting pretty bad. And your springs, when you put your springs back on, get a dab of grease down in there, and also at the point where the springs are reattached, grease all that. That's going to lessen any kind of vibration or noise that you normally would hear. So this will dry and let it stay until it's time to actually do. I'm waiting on parts for it, so not much I can do. And you see that spring? This one is ordered. I think I'm just going to replace it. Or, who knows, it might actually be okay now since I'm coating it, because it's just rusted. So, and the reason, guys, you're getting this kind of rust on these is the drain hole up top sits right here. They get clogged up, and the water just leaks over, drips. And also these seals, you can remove these. You should have a new one in your kit, and you can see how it's all rusting underneath. So we'll coat all that, because if you don't take care of these small things, they will eventually get larger, and eventually, you know, just make more of a mess. Yeah, this stuff, Seal, is excellent. Anything that is rusting or it's in bad shape, you just take it to it and it does a great job. I think I got a little spot left over there. Now, sometimes you can get a wire brush to this stuff and brush it. It's tucked in here. I didn't feel like moving it out, but it's pretty good. I'll double check and see how good the conversion is. And if I have to, I'll redo it, but I think it's pretty good. This stuff is excellent. You can check it out. I'll leave a link to it, actually. All right, I think that's gonna do it. I don't think I missed anything else. There's a shell, and we got the top. We still gotta clean this tub out. So I think, oh yeah, one more thing. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna see if I can order a new lid. I don't think I can repair this. Way too much work. That customer, they use way too much bleach in this machine, and always rinse down your washer. If you use a lot of bleach, make it a good habit to do a rinse. Don't leave it with bleach. It just eats your machine up, especially a good machine like Speed Queen. It kills them. So look at that. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna see how much these go for. Just order a lid. I think, I'm not sure if they come with this. So if you do order one, you might have to take this off and transfer it, or you might give them your information and they just transfer that to the new lid. So we'll figure that out. But as of right now, I do need a lid. Worst come to worst, I guess I can wire brush this thing down really well. You know, we still have the holes, so it's not bad, and then just repaint it, but I don't want to do that. I really don't. So we'll see for now. All right, so I think we're done. This thing's gonna look pretty good once it's done, and it dries white. Well, sorry, while it's drying, it's white, and then it turns into this black primer. You can touch that up too. So, yep. Just double check, make sure nothing is missed. All right, guys. That's it. I'll let you know what it looks like in a day or so. All right, so this is the cover. Okay, you may say your cap. Your seal sits in here. Now, part of my maintenance, or your maintenance, you need to do is to make sure that, see how that drain hole is open? See how that one is not? So these are things you can do. You can take these off, clean them. And, you know, depending on the material you're using or washing, they get onto here. These washers, they spin at such a high rate of speed. So you have stuff being stuffed and sealing. So when the water gets in here, instead of it dissipating, it sits in there. It doesn't go anywhere. This should actually leak out. Okay, you got a hole there and there, but a lot of times they don't go anywhere because the water is just pooling. So it builds up and it splashes over, getting down in those areas. So you want to make sure you do what you can. I'm gonna pour just a little bit of water just to see how bad this one was. See the water still in there? Not going anywhere. How about these? See, it's leaking to this one. Still settling there. And this has been sitting for a little bit. So these got to be taken off, or just take the top off and clean them out. Easy maintenance. All right. Thanks for watching. All right, so you can see slightly the change. So the rust has been fully converted. And to be honest, it's more apparent on the video. But when you look at the tub, you can't even see it really. It's the same all the way around.